So you want to live on a big lot, but you want to still be in the city and not too far from town. Today I'm sharing with you my top 7 neighborhoods for this style of living. So you want to live on a large private lot, but you don't want to live in the boonies out on acreage. This video is for you. We're going through the top 7 neighborhoods with large lots. And you may be saying, Hannah, what is a large lot? Well, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to say about half an acre or more in the city. In either the city limits or, the top half of Vancouver isn't in the city limits, but it's in the city. We're not talking rural, way out, 10, 15, 20 minutes out. By the way, if you're new here, subscribe to our channel. We post new videos every single week. That's our promise to you. We give you the information you can't find anywhere else about Clark County. And sign up for our Weekend Happenings with Hannah newsletter. We send it to you every week. We handwrite it, fun events in the area, other cool things happening. And yeah, let's talk about what y'all came here to see, which is top 7 neighborhoods that have large lots. So I'm just gonna go through it. Every neighborhood has different pros and cons. So yes, I have to put them in an order, but don't think that the first one's way better than the 7th one. They're just all different. The first one I have on my list is Stony Meadows. I love this neighborhood and I just had clients close in it, so it's very fresh in my mind. Honestly, I would love to live in this neighborhood someday. It is very unique and it is a little hidden gem. It's just tucked up in East Vancouver, off by itself. I love Stony Meadows. It was built in the 90s and it has something really special, which is 50+ acres of walking paths. I don't know how they managed to get this. I don't know how they did it. Nothing like this will probably ever be done in the future, but it is a walker and maybe runner's paradise to have 50 private acres of walking trails. These lots are so beautiful and stately. They are just absolutely gorgeous. Most of the homes sit on about an acre lot, give or take a little bit. And the homes are on public utilities minus the fact that they're on septics instead of city sewer. So they're literally minutes away from schools, minutes away from grocery, all of that, and they're on an acre each. It is just so ideal looking at it and driving through. They all have beautiful curb appeal, and it's what a lot of people picture when they picture living in a nice neighborhood. Some of the lots back to power lines on the west side, so that's not super ideal. However, a lot of those lots have very mature trees, and so the separation between the two is okay. Next neighborhood I have on my list for you is Knights Point. Knights Point is located in Camas, in the heart of Camas. It's on Prune Hill, and it has always been one of my favorite neighborhoods. Again, very ideal when you're driving through large lots. Most of the lot sizes here are half an acre to about 3/4 of an acre. It is 90s homes, and there have been homes that have sold for almost $2 million in here. So the sales prices can get quite high. Houses are big, the lots are big, and of course it's in Camas, so it has that premium. The homes in Knights Point that are on the west side have really beautiful views because they're right kind of on the edge of the hill. And so they look out and they have, just phenomenal views of the river, trees, way off in the distance. You can see a lot from up there. This is a very close-in location. I would say even closer than Stony Meadows because you literally go 2 minutes around the corner and you're at QFC grocery store, Starbucks, the vet, offices, places to eat, all of that. It's really, really amazing. One thing I will say that I know about Knights Point is that their HOA rules did change this last year, and so they are more restrictive with boats, RVs, campers, things like that. I believe you used to be able to have them out, and now you can't. But a lot of people that live that lifestyle anyways, they don't necessarily have one. Next neighborhood on my list, neighborhood number 3, is Westminster Place. Westminster Place is a beautiful secret neighborhood because it's gated up near Prairie High School. It's kind of just around the corner from it. It goes to Prairie High School. No surprise there. The homes are on really what I would consider estate-like pieces of land within this neighborhood. They are an acre plus, up to 2 acres maybe, I would say. The neighborhood does not have sidewalks, so it's kind of an interesting look. It's not what you expect from a neighborhood these days. And the roads are maybe a little bit more narrow than I would hope, but lots of really beautiful homes in there, and many of them are very outdated though. The 4th neighborhood on my list for you is the Highlands at Pleasant Valley. This is a fabulous neighborhood in Pleasant Valley up near where I-5 and 205 touch. Most of these lot sizes are just under half an acre, which is a really amazing size for being in a neighborhood. And they were built in the 90s as well. I think we're noticing a trend here. They don't do these size neighborhoods anymore. A lot of colonial style homes, which honestly is a trend for all these neighborhoods. It just seems to be what they built. And yeah, this is a fabulous community if you want to be a part of that kind of Salmon Creek area, Pleasant Valley, obviously, and it's just minutes away from all the things you need as well. The fifth neighborhood on my list is the Woodburn neighborhood in Washougal. I feel like this one's kind of walking the line of almost being rural, but it's just right outside of town, and it's rural right now, but as the city expands, as we need to build more houses out on the outskirts of town, it's probably going to be brought into the more city-like area. The North Side neighborhood is just around the corner by a couple minutes. Y'all probably know the North Side neighborhood. It's been built the last few years by many local builders. Anyways, it's outside the city limits. These were custom built lots. They are on rural utilities, so propane, septic, well, etc. And there is no HOA in the neighborhood, and there are minimal CC&Rs. If you don't know about CC&Rs, it stands for Covenants, Conditions, and Restrictions. Those are legal documents that are filed with the county that you have to follow those rules. They're usually not enforced super heavily, but they do exist. So that is a nice option, the Woodburn neighborhood, if you're looking for something maybe a little bit more on the rural side, but still pretty close in and a part of the community. Sixth neighborhood on my list for you is Monet's Garden. Monet's Garden has been a neighborhood that I've always admired when I've driven past it, and I drive past that neighborhood a lot because it's kind of a main route and it's by a lot of new construction up there. It is a 90s neighborhood again. The lot sizes in here are around 3/4 of an acre, 0.75. This neighborhood was off by itself for honestly the longest time up until the last 7 or 8 years, and all of a sudden all of these neighborhoods popped up out there right by Velvet Acres. This neighborhood's kind of interesting because it doesn't have an HOA, but I learned this recently from a house that I showed there. It does have CC&Rs, Covenants, Conditions, and Restrictions, that prohibit you from having an RV, which is wild to me because if you live on a larger lot and you're a little bit outside of town, you probably want an RV. Like, that's just kind of the lifestyle, or you want a boat, or you want something like that. But the CC&Rs say you cannot have an RV even if it's behind the gate. So if you want to have an RV and you want to keep it on your property, don't live here. All right, my last neighborhood on the list for you is actually a new construction community, which is totally an outlier from the rest of these options. It's called the Reserve at Lake River. I've talked about it a little bit. It is this year's Parade of Homes, 2024 Parade of Homes in Clark County. It is up in Philida, Washington. It is an amazing spot. It's in town. It's kind of tucked up there in the corner, but that's how Philida is. It'll still take a good 10 to 12 or 13 minutes to get to Salmon Creek and get to all the stores and shops you want to go to, but it's a residential area, and this neighborhood is surrounded by more standard neighborhoods with 1/4 acre or less type lots. The lot sizes in this neighborhood are going from 28,000 square feet to about an acre, so they're really big, and it's just amazing that they decided to do this because there's just no communities that have lot sizes this big. Now, because the lot sizes are this big and the homes are new and custom, the prices are very high. We are really starting at $2 million in this neighborhood, and so there's a very small pool of people that this is a good fit for. The building started last year. We won't have very many homes in the parade this year, which is unfortunate, but building will continue in 2024 and 2025, maybe even 2026. Homes of this size do take a long time. There are 5 lots left currently, and there's 1 spec home being built as a part of the parade. A spec home, if you remember, is a home that is built not for one particular person, but it's completed, it's up for sale to the public. So there are 6 opportunities still in the Reserve at Lake River. I don't think I said this, but it is being built by Affinity Homes. Affinity Homes is a custom builder here. They're very well liked by the community. They build a beautiful home. If you have any interest in this community, reach out to me. I'm happy to help you out, and it's a great spot. Well, there you have it. Those are my top 7 neighborhoods for living on a large lot over about a half an acre in the city. You would, if you're okay with a 90s neighborhood, you'd probably love any of these neighborhoods. They are really beautiful. They're prime locations, If you have interest or further questions in any of them, or you need help selling or purchasing a property here in Clark County, we'd love to serve you. Reach out to myself and my team at Dubyne Realty Group. Email us, text us, DM us on Instagram at Hannah Dubyne, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.